Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final race of the April season. All 16 trucks are tired up and ready to go. The crews are tired, the trucks are worn out, but we've got one more show to close out this April season. It's been a wild one, and speaking of wild, your current checker flag holder, Ashley Obie, in the Wildflower, is your current checker flag champion. Now, before we get started, we're going to take a look at the current point standings. We've got a three-way tie for the lead between Crustacean, Wild Hair, and Brodozer, all tied at 45 points. Up first here in round one racing, we've got Corey Marvin in the Earthshaker out of the Diggers Diecast race team. He draws up against Mitch Brown's Power Forward machine out of Atlanta, Georgia. Both trucks have been strong all April season. Who walks out to round number two as we go green? Down the straight stretch now, Earthshaker with a huge lead and turns it over. Power Forward moves on to round number two. A hard roll as we go back to an MTA replay. Earthshaker with a huge lead on Power Forward. Catches that first jump with the rear tires, end over end. Power Forward goes through the mud and skates on by. Tough break for Earthshaker. Hopefully we'll see him back. Next up, we've got Gene Patterson out of Pacific, Missouri in the Snakebite Ford. He draws up against another Ford. That's Carson Wells out of Virginia Beach, Virginia in the Stone Crusher. Stage as we go green. Snakebite and Stone Crusher are down the straight, up and over the cars, and Snakebite blows the doors off the Stone Crusher. Moving on with round one, we've got Matt Cheever, Mr. Shaggy, and Gravedigger the Legend. He draws up against two-time Thursday Night Thunder champion Chris Baluch's Stinger Unleashed machine as we get set to go green in round one racing. Legend and Stinger down the straight now. Both of them off to a good start, up and over the cars, and Stinger Unleashed edges out the Legend. The Legend's had a tough season, no doubt about it. Well, up next, we've got Ryan Johnson and Brodozer, and this kid has had Keith Cromwell's Crustacean's number. He has been putting him on the trailer more than once this season. No doubt about it, the Crustacean truck wants to come back and crush that Brodozer machine. As we go green, Brodozer and Crustacean now down the straight. They're dead even up and over the cars, and Brodozer takes the win over the Crustacean machine by half a tire. Up next here in round one, we've got six-time Thunder champion Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet. He gets set to take on the Livewire champion. That's Brandon Jager in the Zombie machine. Both trucks are staged. Who moves on to round two? There's the green light now. Both trucks are down the straight, up and over the car. Oh my! Oh my! What a jump by the Zombie machine, but we're going back to an MTA replay. Both of them are even through no man's land. Look at Zombie poke over the truck on the tailgate, but look at Wagner ride the wheel stand across the finish line. Unbelievable. MTA track crew and officials are down there now to flip the Zombie machine back over out of the mud. That center jump is steeper than the racing lanes, and as you see right there, it just bit Zombie. He's on the trailer for the night. Wild Hair moves on. Well, up next, we've got James Valancourt's awesome-looking U.F.O. Ford out of Center Mission, New Jersey. He draws up against Chantel Bailey in the Scooby-Doo machine. Stage now as we go green. Down the straight stretch, Scooby pulling a lead on him up and over the cars, and U.F.O. what a comeback! Takes the win over Scooby-Doo. Next up, five-time Thursday Night Thunder champion Bradley Graham's Maximum Destruction machine. He draws up against the Clark crew, who started out the season strong in Bigfoot. Hopefully they can close it out right here. Max D and Bigfoot up and over the cars, and they get into each other in the shutdown. Max D is across the finish line. He takes the win. Well, now as we get set to close out round one racing, Ashley Obie, the current checker flag holder, she draws up against Jason Cook and the Gravedigger, who moves on to round two as we go green. There's a green light. Gravedigger pulling a slight lead up and over the cars, and Gravedigger takes the win, puts the champion on the trailer. Some wild action out of round one racing here on Thunder. We're taking you down to the pits now. You can see the Diggers Diecast race team is out of competition for the night. The crews are tiring the truck down. They're loaded up. We're hoping to see them back for the May season, maybe in some new trucks, or they might just bring that old Crustacean and Earthshaker right back to the starting line. There you see Team Bigfoot tired down. They're on their way back to Pacific, Missouri to get that truck refurbished. Some preventive maintenance to be done. Hopefully Bigfoot can come back with a win. Well, now to kick things off in round two racing, Power Forward draws up against Snakebite. That's Mitch Brown out of Atlanta, Georgia, and that awesome looking Power Forward machine. But he draws up the legendary Gene Patterson, Mr. Colt Cobra out of Pacific, Missouri in Snakebite. Two Fords throwing it down in round two. There's the green light. They're down the straight stretch now. Up and over the cars and a wild roll for Power Forward. He was giving it all he got. Going back to the MTA replay, he was hanging door handle to door handle with Snakebite. He got kicked up on that van stack. He tried to save it. Unfortunately, he turned the truck over right there on the stack of cars. Snakebite moves on to the semis. Mitch Brown, no doubt about it, put on a heck of a show for the April season. MTA track crew and officials are rolling the power forward machine back over. We hope to see him back sometime soon. Snakebite moves on to the semis. Well, up next here in round 2 racing, Ryan Johnson in the Brodozer machine. He draws up against an old rival, Chris Paluk and Stinger Unleashed. 4 championships on Thunder between the two as we go green. Down the straight stretch now, they're dead even coming to the first set of cars, and Stinger Unleashed upsets the Brodozer. Look at that photo finish by half a truck. Stinger moves on. Next up, Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet. He draws up an old rival, James Vaillancourt in the U.F.O machine. The classic matchup, the bow tie, the Ford Oval. Who moves on to semis as we go green? It's Ford and Chevrolet down the straight. They're up and over the car, and the Ford upsets the Chevrolet. U.F.O moves on to the semis. Well, up next, it's been called the greatest rivalry in motorsports, Gravedigger versus Maximum Destruction. Jason Cook, the wild card champion. Bradley Graham, a 5-time Thunder champion. Who moves on to semis as we go green? Gravedigger and Max D are down the straight, up and over the cars, and Maximum Destruction will take the win as we get set to go down to an MTA replay. Both trucks dead even up and over no man's land. Look at Max D nose over, and Bradley Graham just stuck his foot in it and drove on out. Maximum Destruction moves on to the semis. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We got semifinal action coming up next. They're dead even down the straight over the cars, and what a race! Look at her, he's coming over! Up and over, and couldn't save it, she's over! MTA out of order, May 29th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday Night Thunder. We are set to go semi-final racing. Snakebite takes on Stinger. U.F.O draws up against Max D. Up first, the legendary Gene Patterson in the Snakebite Ford. He draws up against Chris Paluk and Stinger Unleashed. Patterson looking for his first Thunder championship, but he's got to outrun the Stinger. As we go green down the straight, they're dead even up and over the cars, and Stinger put a fender on him, but it wasn't enough. Snakebite's in the finals. Well, up next here in semi-final action, U.F.O takes on Maximum Destruction. Bradley Graham is on his way to victory number 6. Can he clinch the title, or is U.F.O on his way to number 3? Both trucks are staged as we go green. Max D and U.F.O are down the straight. U.F.O pulling a lead, and what a wild save. U.F.O takes the win over Maximum Destruction. As we go back to the MTA replay, you see U.F.O pulling on Max D, going through no man's land. He hits that center jump, gets on 2 wheels on that set of cars, but had enough to pull it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the finals, we want to thank you all for being here for the April season. The drivers came out here and definitely tore up a lot of equipment for you fans, and they just hope that you enjoyed this April season of Thursday Night Thunder. We're wrapping things up down here in the pit area. Trucks are getting loaded up. Everyone's headed to the stands because we are set to go to the finals. Snakebite takes on U.F.O to close out this April season matchup. Gene Patterson in the Snakebite Ford stays at the starting line. You can see the focus in his eyes. He wants his first Thunder Championship. Vaillancourt in U.F.O, he's looking for his 3rd Thunder Championship. Snakebite, U.F.O, it's showtime here on Thunder down the straight. They're even up and over the cars, and U.F.O takes the win over the Snakebite machine. What a race. They were dead even. Going back to the MTA replay, look at them neck and neck over no man's land. And once that truck settled down, U.F.O planted that horsepower. Congratulations to James Vaillancourt and the U.F.O team for being a 3-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. And well, we came into this event with a 3-way tie, but James Vaillancourt and U.F.O take the overall points championship of the April season, closing it out with 61 points. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the April season. Be sure to crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. 'Cause it's about that. It's been a long time.